my god, I cannot believe we're really here.
Neither can I, after what all it has taken to be here.
Absolutely, it has been such a journey.
Indeed, a beautiful one. We are like-minded people, and when we want to do something, we want it to happen with a bang.
Yes, and because of all the perseverance and hard work, we are finally here today.
So hello and welcome to My Good Schools, where passion meets education. I'm Anvesha.
And I am Simar, and we will be your hosts for the event.
In today's podcast, we are going to talk about friendship. And our mission is to show that friendship is multifaceted and can thrive through life's challenges.
We have a lot of anecdotes, stories, and experiences in store, and we are so excited to share them with you. Today, two of my very dear friends, Anushka and Saisha, are joining to share their thoughts.
Well, even my mates are not far behind. Anusha and Rishona can definitely tell us all a thing or two about friendship. And to add on, two of our favorite teachers will also be sharing their opinions on friendship. We welcome Piyush sir and Sushmita ma'am. Simar, both of us have also been great friends. We have known each other since 4th grade, have seen ups and downs in each other's life, and have always been there for one another.
Indeed, Anvesha. The best part about our friendship is that we are so comfortable with each other. Of course, we've known each other for such a long time, and I've always been pleased to have you as my classmate and a good friend. We are quite similar, and I love talking about Harry Potter and books with you. When I came to Gyanshri, you were one of the first people to make me feel welcome. What about you?
I think our friendship is beautiful. It is unique and distinct from other friendships. And what makes it so special for me is that I have you to share it with. And no matter how long we are friends for, I will never get bored of it. In fact, each time I talk to you, it feels as if I am meeting you for the first time. Because there's always so much to learn from your mates.
I couldn't agree more. The more you know about the past, the better prepared you are for the future. We all can take inspiration from friendships in our colorful history like Krishna and Sudama.
Yes, our ancient texts are filled with words of credibility, trust, faith and belief. They motivate the youth for companionship, and so it is quintessential that we recall old tales of friendship. We now have Anusha with us. Hi Anusha, how have you been?
Hello, I'm perfectly fine and I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, it really means a lot. Anusha, we have numerous examples of great friendships in the history. Could you please share about them?
Indeed, we find numerous virtues of friendship from the treasure trove of Indian culture and history. One of the most famous friendship we find is that of Krishna and Arjun. Their relationship teaches us that mentorship and friendship go hand in hand. Also, in Ramayana, even though Trijata is planted as Ravan's agent, she pines for Lord Ram's victory. She helps Sita in all her adversities and provides her comfort by keeping her informed of the news from the outside world.
Indeed, Anusha. How do you think acceptance of each other plays an important role in friendship?
For that, let us continue Sita Ji's and Trijata's example of friendship. Sita Ji did not care that Trijata was a demon. Similarly, Trijata also did not care that Sita Ji was not a demon. They both provided each other comfort, accepted their friends as who they are, and developed a good bonding.
I agree, Anusha. To add on, even Krishna and Draupadi were best friends. What is your take on that?
Their friendship teaches us that friends always support each other. When Draupadi was being disturbed, nobody, including her husband, supported her. When no one was there for her, Krishna was. Thus, supporting and standing up for your friends, no matter what, is the lesson we learn from their friendship.
Great, Anusha. I hope we all can learn various lessons on friendship from our beautiful history.
I agree, but there is something even more important.
And what is that?
I think making new friends is probably the hardest skill to inculcate.
True. As kids, we all just swore to be best friends forever, but as teenagers, we realize that making new friends isn't that easy. So today we have two different people with different perspectives joining us to clarify how to make new friends and why is it so essential.
The first person we have with us is Rishona.
Hi, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here and thank you so much for having me. Now, coming to your question for me, making friends is very important. Every child loves having friends because it is their own company. Some might not be comfortable sharing their feelings with family, but with their close friends, they can easily share their feelings.
Rishona, do you think that it is easier for young kids to make new friends than teenagers or adults?
Yes, I think so, because young kids are more welcoming and they easily become friends after a fight. But then it depends on an individual how they make friends.
That is true, Rishona. Joining us now is Anushka to share her point of view on making new friends.
Well, now to the question you asked, I think to have friends is a blessing. They will always be with you no matter what. But making them is the most challenging part, specifically in the teenage years. The shyness and competitiveness tends to destroy the relationships. Simmer, do you remember Lisa and Maya? They both were such good friends, but as soon as the inter-house competition started, their jealousy and competitiveness destroyed their friendship. They were so close, but that one act changed everything. So like how we care for one another, the most important thing for friends to do is to support and take care of each other.
Indeed, Anushka. Youngsters do face a lot of peer pressure, which can even destroy treasured friendships. How do you think that we can stop these factors from affecting friendships and ensure that teens are also receptive to new people?
If everyone became more friendly to one another, not only teens, but everyone will feel more comfortable and safe around each other. I think that the love of friends is something that can never change. So it's always better to have one true friend rather than a group of friends who don't care about you.
So rightly put, Anushka. Well, Simar, have you ever had a bad fight with a friend?
Yes, definitely. On the weirdest of topics. But at the end of the day, we always made up. What about you?
Even I've been in fights with my friends, but their absence reminded me of how much I actually valued them. We listened to a story of true friendship. But don't you think that some people are trapped in unreliable friendships?
Yes, I would rather have an enemy who hates me instead of a friend who secretly puts me down. It's very true that an open enemy is better than a false friend.
I couldn't agree more. But if we are alert on the lookout for a fake friend, we might lose the opportunity of seeking a true friend. That's why we should always look on the bright side and await our friends.
I couldn't agree more. But Anvesha, even if we have true friends, how do we ensure that our friendships blossom and flourish?
Well, friendship is a two-way street and not a one-way road after all. And as time passes, some friendships may wither and tatter into pieces. And so today, we have Mr. Piyush with us to make us all realize the worth of maintaining friendships.
Hello, Anvesha. Glad to be joining this interesting conversation. What question do you have for me?
So the question we asked you is that how do we maintain friendships?
Okay, I must say that's a very interesting question and a very pertinent one. I believe that we all unquestionably need the gift of friendship. And like you said, true friendship, a friendship that stands the test of time. We need friends as a confidant to keep our secrets, the ones that we are most vulnerable about. Our friends are our biggest cheerleaders. They are our partners in crime, and they are a rock supporting us through all the things and difficult times. Now, the question about anything that is so precious will definitely require maintaining. So, the friendship, on one hand, where it's a privilege, it's also a responsibility. Now, this will require prioritizing your friends. I would also like to add that all the friendships may not culminate in the way in which we want them to. In that scenario, we just have to celebrate the fact that the friendship happened and not really think too much about or be saddened by the thought that it's over. I would like to sing a few lines of one of my favorite songs by the singer Krishna Kumar, which talks about what friendship really is. The song goes like this. Yaro dosti badi haseen hai, ye na ho to kya phir bola ye zindagi hai, koi to हो राज़दार बेगरज तेरा हो यार कोई तो दिलबर हो यार कोई तो हो राज़दार.
Indeed, Piyush sir. And apart from being a very good orator, you're also a very good singer. But
thank you so much, Anvesha.
But how can we stop factors such as long distance and workload affecting our friendship?
That's a very relevant question, and even more so, in fact, when we live in a world when the workload, in fact, our jobs take the priority over the friendship. They say that money can't buy everything, but for anything else, you need money, right? So most of the time that is devoted to our work, that is our job. The remainder of it that will be used for the domestic chores and to cater to the family requirements. And if we have a teeny tiny time that we can devote it to our long distance friends. But that doesn't lessen the importance of the bond that you share with a person sitting 1,000 miles away. Because friendship is all about prioritizing. It's about prioritizing your friend over anything else that may have pleased you for a bit. For example, I can sacrifice going to a movie and have a good conversational call with my friend overseas. Now, technology has made it quite easy for us to achieve it. So why not use technology? The second one is there has to be a newness factor in the friendship. For example, I recently came across a post in which one of the friends sent a birthday card to her friend, in which he had created the birthday card as a form of a Google search engine UI. Now that was something unique. Now these are the moments that stay with us and thereby cementing a special place for that memory, and the freshness doesn't fade away. The most important point that I feel is that you have to understand the viewpoint of your friend. There may be testing times when you are not communicating with each other. So that is the time then when you own it up and then communicate it with your friend and clarify any misconception that you have or miscommunication. And lastly, I have to say it, like I said, that not all friendships are destined to go that far as we wish to. But in the end, as a human being, we have to be perpetual well-wishers of our friends. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much, Anvesh.
Well said, Mr. Piyush. Thank you so much for sharing your insightful thoughts with us. We all can take some tips from you on how to maintain our friends. We may have many friends in our youth, yet they rapidly decrease as we edge closer towards adulthood. And only a few are left as we enter the last phase of our life.
Indeed, Sima. Ensuring that friendships last forever is an onerous task. Therefore, in order to guarantee we do not lose touch with dear pals, we have Sushmita ma'am with us to elaborate on friendship in the long term. Hello Sushmita ma'am, how are you?
Hello Anvesha, I'm absolutely fine, and it's really wonderful to hear your conversation. I would say friendship, it's based on three main elements. That is honesty, transparency, and mutual trust. So if we have these as our foundation pillars, then I think it can very well go on as a long-term beautiful bonding. I would like to quote a line over here. It's a very popular saying. All relations shine by shaking hands in the best moments, but they blossom by holding hands in critical moments. So what I mean over here is true friendship definitely revolves around certain aspects. Most of them have been covered by you and my co-orator, Mr. Piyush. I would just like to reinforce them. One is, the sacrifice as an important aspect, forgiveness as another, and ignoring the trivial differences, the trivial annoyance which we have between our the friend circle. The reason might be any, but we do have, as we all are humans, we do have, and especially for adulthood, whether we are in our teenage, adolescent, or kids, it is there in some or the other form. So, honestly speaking, maintaining friendships in modern times with today's rat race, it's like walking on a razor's edge. We live with a lot of complexities around our daily routine, our daily course, the money matters, the status, the unhealthy competitions, and of course, somewhere the technological interference is also there in some or the other form. So this creates a lot of obstacles or hurdles to carry out our friendship for a long run. But as I started with that, if we have that transparency and trust, then definitely our bonding is going to last for a very long time.
I agree with you, Mom. But people tend to underestimate friendships, due to which there are only a few friends for life. What do you think about that?
According to me, Simar, I suppose the number doesn't matter over here. The quantity, how many friends you have doesn't matter. So it's a very common, our conversational language, you would say, quality matters, not the quantity. So even if you have one friend with you, with whom you are just as you are, you don't have to pretend, you don't have to wear a mask, you are just like an open book. So that's more than enough. That's like your soulmate.
That was amazing, Ma'am. I wholeheartedly agree with you. You made us realize that having friends for life is easy, and we all can achieve it by simply being good listeners and even better friends.
I second that. Friendship is so easy if we are just ready to open the gates and let the fresh winds into rustle our hair.
One of the best things about friendship is that age is not a determinant in making friends. So now we have Saisha with us to share her story. Hi Saisha.
Hi Simar. I would like to share my thoughts regarding friendship. There was a girl named Nesme who studied in class 9th. She was quite friendly with her English teacher, Mrs. Shah. They shared a very caring, supportive, and adorable bond. But her classmates weren't. Instead, they were jealous of her. They would tease her, annoy her, but she was confident about her connection with her mentor. Mrs. Shah used to guide Renesmee, counsel her, and befriend her in time. The teacher used to share her own experiences to make her understand how to deal with problems. As a teenager, she used to go through a lot of mood swings and other emotional breakdowns. Mrs. Shah always stood by her and helped her through good and bad times. This short story must help us in understanding the special bond between a teacher and a student. Hence, instead of bullying that friend of ours, we should respect their relation and extend support in all the way possible to maintain the same in the long run. Thank you.
Beautifully told, Saisha. I never thought that such a close friendship could be developed between two different age groups. This story is a reminder that friendship has no age boundaries.
I agree with you, Anvesha. Also, the intimacy and affinity we have with our friends is irreplaceable, and it comes in many forms.
Yes, Sima. Probably no relationship is as important yet as versatile as friendship. We celebrated friendship through this podcast, and it is something that always runs through our veins. Whether we are next to each other or miles apart, we always remember them, and they are our friends.
Absolutely. In the words of Oprah Winfrey, lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. Well, that brings us to the end of our show. We really hope you enjoyed listening to us and the fantastic anecdotes shared by our friends.
Comment below and let us know if you liked our podcast. If you want to be part of similar podcasts, join us. We hope to meet you soon again when we are back with a podcast on happiness next month. Thank you. That's all for us today.